Some people don't want peace. They want a reaction. And the moment you react, they win. Most people in today's world walk around with their nerves exposed, ready to explode at the smallest comment, the slightest disrespect, the tiniest inconvenience. But anger has never protected anyone. It only hands your power to the person who triggered you. What Stoic philosophy teaches is brutally simple. You don't control what they do, say, or think, but you always control the meaning you give it and the reaction you choose next. Imagine no longer being hijacked by someone's mood, someone's attitude, someone's ego. Imagine walking through the day steady, unshaken, immune to the chaos around you. That's not denial, that's mastery. And in this video, you'll learn how to respond in a way that makes you untouchable emotionally, no matter who tries to provoke you. If you want calm to become your real strength, stay with me. 1. The silent pause. There is a moment, a tiny, nearly invisible slice of time, where your entire life can shift. It's the moment right before you react. That's the moment most people waste, and that's the moment Stoics mastered. When someone disrespects you, cuts you off, mocks you, rolls their eyes, raises their voice, or pushes the exact button they know will set you off, your body fires before your mind does. Your chest tightens, your jaw locks, your breathing shortens. Your nervous system is ready to strike. That is the trap. Most people walk right into it. They attack back, defend themselves, overshare, justify, lash out, or escalate a situation that never needed escalation. And afterward, they regret it, replay it, and ask themselves, why did I let them get to me like that? The truth is, you never reacted to them. You reacted to your own untrained impulse. The silent pause interrupts that impulse. It gives you back the steering wheel. When you pause, even for 2 seconds, you gain something the other person doesn't have. Leverage. You stop playing their game. You stop feeding their ego. You stop letting their tone dictate your energy. This pause is not a weakness, it's strategy. Marcus Aurelius said, if something external disturbs you, the pain is not due to the thing itself, but to your estimate of it. He wasn't telling you to be passive. He was telling you, reclaim the space between stimulus and response. In modern life, this space is constantly under attack. People send a rude text, and you feel the urge to text back instantly. Someone snaps at you in a meeting, and you rush to defend yourself. A family member unloads their frustration onto you, and you rise to match their intensity, but imagine doing the opposite. Imagine taking a slow breath. Imagine letting silence fall so heavily that the other person becomes aware of their own behavior. Silence exposes them. Silence reveals what kind of person they are, and what kind of person you choose to be. Think of the times you reacted instantly and later wished you hadn't. What if, in all those moments, you simply paused? That pause gives you time to ask, is this worth my energy? Is this about me or them? Do I want to match their behavior or maintain my own standards? You'd be shocked how many conflicts die inside those few seconds. The silent pause also forces the other person to confront themselves. When you don't snap back, they feel the weight of their own words. They see their own aggression. They often soften, correct themselves, or become uncomfortable with their own tone. Because your calm exposes their chaos. You didn't win by overpowering them. You won by out-centering them. Use this in conversations, arguments, online messages, business negotiations, and heated moments with loved ones. Take a breath. Look at them. Let the silence do the work. You don't need to fill the space. You don't need to explain yourself. You don't need to match their heat. The pause is the power. The silence is the shield. And the control you feel after practicing this becomes addictive because it proves something life-changing. No one can make you angry unless you help them. That ends here. 2. The Internal Gatekeeper. Every day, people try to enter your mind without permission. Some do it intentionally, through criticism, sarcasm, passive-aggressive comments, power plays. Others do it unconsciously, dumping their stress, frustration, or insecurity onto you as if your emotional space were a public trash bin. But here is a truth most people never learn. Your mind is a fortress, and you are the gatekeeper. No one enters without your approval. No thought becomes truth unless you allow it. No comment becomes a wound unless you accept it. Stoic philosophy makes this crystal clear. Nothing external has the power to disturb you unless you grant it access. Epictetus taught that people don't hurt you. You hurt yourself with your interpretation of what they said or did. Modern life flips this upside down. We internalize everything. A stranger online comments, "You look tired," and suddenly we spiral in self-judgment. A coworker says, "Interesting choice," and we replay the phrase for hours. A family member makes a vague remark about your life, career, or appearance, and somehow it becomes a whole emotional earthquake inside you. But pause for a moment and ask, did their words really have meaning? Or did you hand them meaning? This is what the internal gatekeeper protects, your power to choose what gets in. Imagine someone tells you, "You've changed," with that subtle tone meant to provoke insecurity. Most people react instantly. "What do you mean? What did I do?" They open the gates wide, letting the comment run wild through their emotions. But a Stoic asks a single, quiet question. Does this deserve access to my peace? If the answer is no, the gates close. The words fall flat. The attempt to provoke dies right there. Consider another scenario. Someone says something intentionally ambiguous to make you doubt yourself. "That's surprising." Or, "I wouldn't have done it that way." Or, "You should really think that through." Instead of reacting, defending, or explaining, ask yourself, is this useful? Is this true? Is this aligned with who I am becoming? If not, why on earth would you let it in? Most people think emotional strength is about being unbreakable. It's not. It's about being selective. It's about treating your mind like sacred ground. You don't let muddy shoes walk across your living room, so why let muddy opinions walk across your confidence? To strengthen your internal gatekeeper, practice the one-question rule. Is this worth my peace? If the answer is no, stop, breathe, release it. Let their words stay with them. They own their projections, their judgments, their insecurities, not you. You are not required to receive what they attempt to give. This doesn't mean you become cold or detached from life. It means you become disciplined about what shapes your mind. And the beautiful thing is, the more selective you become, the better your emotional life gets. You stop overthinking. You stop personalizing every small comment. You stop reacting to every mood someone else has. You stop giving people power they didn't earn. The internal gatekeeper frees you. It reminds you that peace isn't found in the outside world. It's protected on the inside. And every time you choose not to let something in, you reinforce the truth Stoics lived by. My peace is mine alone. 3. Controlling the narrative. There is a battle happening inside your mind long before any argument, insult, or disrespect ever reaches you. It's not the battle with another person. It's the battle with the story you create about what happened. And that story determines everything. Your mood, your reactions, your confidence, your self-worth. Most people lose this battle without even realizing they're in it. Why? Because they mistake someone else's behavior for a personal attack, when often it has absolutely nothing to do with them. Here is the crucial Stoic truth. What they say is the stimulus. What you tell yourself about it is the suffering. Words don't hurt by themselves. Tone doesn't hurt by itself. Behavior doesn't hurt by itself. The meaning you attach to it, that's what stings. Stoicism teaches one of the most liberating ideas ever discovered. Interpretation is optional. You are not obligated to assume the worst. You are not required to turn every neutral moment into an emotional disaster. You're not supposed to let your brain run wild, creating imaginary enemies out of people who are simply having a bad day, a bad hour, or a bad moment. Imagine this. Your boss walks past you without saying much. Their faces are tense, their tone is short, they barely make eye contact. Instantly, your internal narrative kicks in. They're disappointed in me. I must have done something wrong. They probably think I'm not good enough. Now your heart sinks. You overanalyze. You replay every detail of the past week, looking for clues of your failure. But pause. Did they actually say any of those things? No. You created the entire story. What if the truth is simpler? What if they had a rough meeting? What if they didn't sleep well? What if they're under pressure from someone above them? What if they weren't even thinking about you at all? This is the flaw of human perception. We fill silence with fear. We fill gaps with insecurity. We fill uncertainty with self-blame. Controlling the narrative means refusing to let that instinct run your life. And it's not about lying to yourself. It's about staying rational. It's about rejecting the dramatic interpretation your brain offers first. It's about reminding yourself, I don't know the full story, so I won't punish myself with an invented one. Consider another example. A friend takes longer than usual to reply. The untrained mind creates noise. They're losing interest. They're annoyed with me. I said something wrong. But a trained Stoic mind asks, what are the facts? The fact is simple. They haven't replied yet. Everything else is a projection. Everything else is fiction. When you control the narrative, you stop reacting to imaginary insults. You stop assuming everyone's frustration is directed at you. You stop carrying the emotional weight of problems that aren't yours. You stop declaring war on battles that only exist in your mind. Here's a 10-second exercise you can use anytime you feel triggered. Step 1. Pause. Step 2. Ask, what story am I creating? Step 3. Replace it with a calmer, more neutral interpretation. This singular act can save your relationships, your energy, and your mental clarity. It will also make you appear more composed, more grounded, and far harder to manipulate. People who assume the worst are easy to control. People who master their interpretation become untouchable. Remember this. You cannot control their behavior, but you can control the meaning. Interpretation is optional, and the moment you choose the narrative consciously, you also choose your peace. 4. The power of indifference. Most people think indifference means you don't care. They think it's cold, detached, and emotionless. But Stoic indifference is none of that. It's not about shutting down your heart. It's about shutting down access to your emotional thermostat. It is the discipline of not allowing every opinion, every mood, every rumor, every tone, every passive-aggressive remark, every insecure projection to enter your emotional world and rearrange the furniture. It is emotional sovereignty. It is psychological adulthood. It is the refusal to be emotionally manipulated by noise. In the modern world, people react to everything. A stranger online says something rude. They're upset for hours. A coworker uses the wrong tone. Their whole mood derails. A family member makes a snide remark. They take it as a personal attack. But here's the core truth. Every time you react, you pay. You pay with peace, with focus, with self-respect, with emotional stability. You pay because you personalize things that were never personal. You pay because you allow people who haven't earned your respect to influence your feelings. You pay because you don't use the filter that Stoics spent their whole lives mastering. And the filter is this. Does this matter? Does this deserve my emotional investment? Seneca said, "We suffer more in imagination than in reality." And he was right. Most of what upsets you is not the event. It's the disaster movie you create around the event. Someone laughs in a meeting. You imagine it was about you. Someone doesn't greet you warmly enough. You assume they don't like you. Someone posts something online. You decide it's a hidden jab. Someone says, "That's interesting," and your mind twists it into a criticism. None of these things are facts. They are projections. They are stories. They are interpretations you create when you lack the power of indifference. Stoic indifference simply means this: if it doesn't define your character, improve your life, or align with your values, it gets zero emotional investment. Not a little. Zero. Picture this. You're walking into work and someone snickers under their breath. Maybe they're bored. Maybe they're insecure. Maybe they're trying to get a reaction because your calm bothers them. Most people would immediately feel their stomach tighten. They would replay the sound, the expression, the tone. They would let the moment become a wound. But the person practicing stoic indifference does something radically different. They smile, a small, knowing smile, and keep walking. Not because they're pretending, not because they're suppressing emotion, but because they understand that not every invitation to chaos must be accepted. Indifference is not laziness, it is leadership of the self. Indifference is not apathy, it is emotional discipline. Indifference is not weakness, it is the highest form of strength. Because, let's be honest, the world is full of emotional traps. Drama disguised as conversation, insecurity disguised as advice, complaints disguised as connection, guilt disguised as love, sarcasm disguised as humor, pressure disguised as responsibility. Most people think they're obligated to respond to all of it, but the Stoic knows you're only obligated to your values, not to their noise. This is why indifference is powerful. It breaks the cause and effect chain between what people do and how you feel. Most people live in emotional slavery. If someone is rude, they get angry. If someone is cold, they get insecure. If someone withdraws, they panic. If someone criticizes them, they crumble. Indifference frees you from that prison. Here's a simple example. Someone says, "Wow, you're doing that," with a mocking smile. A reactive person will defend, explain, argue, justify, or freeze. The indifferent person simply says, "Yes," with a peaceful tone. No anger, no apology, no emotional discount. They refuse to join the conversation of insecurity. That moment of calm, that refusal to engage, shifts the power dynamic completely. The mocker loses their footing. Their attempt at superiority dissolves. Because indifference reveals something crucial, their opinion has no weight here. When you practice stoic indifference, you become what people fear most. Someone who cannot be controlled. Someone whose emotions cannot be steered by manipulation. Someone who cannot be guilted, baited, provoked, or flattered into losing themselves. Indifference teaches you that not everything deserves your response. Not every emotional spark deserves fuel. Not every comment deserves analysis. Not every slight deserves interpretation. Not every mood deserves your attention. This is the most liberating emotional shift you will ever experience. So how do you practice it? Start with the rule of 3 indifferences. Choose 3 things you will be indifferent to today. This could be someone's passive-aggressive tone, a co-worker's negativity, a relative's judgmental comment, online criticism from strangers, a friend's mood swings, a sarcastic remark, a small inconvenience. Any unnecessary drama, pick 3. Write them down, and when they happen, because they will happen, practice the discipline of non-reaction. Not out of denial, but because you have decided they don't matter enough to touch your peace. You'll notice something shocking. The moment you stop reacting emotionally, the world loses its power to disturb you. People stop trying to provoke you because they realize it doesn't work. Manipulators give up because their tricks fall flat. Dramatic people drift away because you don't feed their chaos. Your environment becomes quieter, cleaner, more stable. Not because the world changed, but because you stopped giving it emotional access. Stoic indifference is not about being colder. It's about being clearer. Clear about what matters and clear about what doesn't. Clear about who you are and clear about who you refuse to become. Clear about what deserves your heart and what deserves nothing at all. And when you master it, you finally feel the truth behind the simplest Stoic affirmation. My peace is mine alone. 5. Choosing your higher self. There is a version of you that reacts and a version of you that responds. One is powered by impulse. The other is powered by character. One burns hot and fast. The other stands grounded and unshakable. In every moment of conflict, disrespect, tension, or chaos, you are not just dealing with another person. You are choosing which version of yourself will show up. Most people allow others to decide that for them. Someone speaks disrespectfully, so they speak disrespectfully back. Someone raises their voice, so they raise theirs higher. Someone throws anger, so they throw it back with more force. This is emotional mimicry, not emotional mastery. And it keeps people locked in a cycle where they unconsciously mirror the worst behavior put in front of them. That is how arguments escalate. That is how people lose control. That is how dignity is traded away in seconds. Stoicism teaches something radically different. No matter how someone behaves, you respond according to your values, not their behavior. This is what choosing your higher self truly means. You refuse to let another person's chaos hijack your identity. You refuse to disrespect yourself just to win an argument. You refuse to become the thing that triggered you. Imagine someone steps into your space, voice raised, tone sharp, face tense with aggression. They want you to match their intensity. They want you to react. They want to pull you into their world so they can feed off your emotional energy. But instead of rising to their level, you hold your ground. Your posture is steady. Your face is calm. Your voice stays low and controlled. You don't shrink and you don't explode. You respond from principle, not pressure. The moment you do this, the power dynamic flips entirely. The more emotional they become, the more centered you appear. The louder they get, the quieter you become. The more chaotic they act, the more disciplined you stand. You turn the emotional battlefield into a mirror, and they see themselves clearly for the first time. Their anger looks childish. Their aggression looks weak. Their attempts to provoke look desperate. This is why choosing your higher self is a power move. It exposes the lower self in the other person. People often misunderstand calm as submission. But calm is not submission. Calm is controlled. Calm is composure. Calm is clarity. Calm is a declaration. I decide who I am at this moment, not you. Think of the strongest people you know, the ones with presence, the ones everyone respects. Are they the ones screaming, slamming doors, exploding on others? Or are they the ones who stay firm, grounded, measured, deliberate? The ones who choose their responses with intention? Calmness is not lack of emotion. Calmness is emotional intelligence in action. Stoics call this principle virtue over impulse. It means you do not allow your raw instincts, anger, pride, ego, insecurity, to dictate your choices. You force your reactions to pass through a filter. Does this align with the person I'm trying to become? You choose character over chaos. You choose integrity over intensity. You choose wisdom over winning. Consider a simple example. Someone insults you, not subtly, directly. They want to get under your skin. They want to see you react. Most people would get defensive instantly, firing back, explaining, attacking, or withdrawing. But your higher self asks, does reacting elevate me or reduce me? Almost always, it reduces you. So instead, you answer calmly or not at all. The insult falls flat. The energy dies. You didn't lose. You simply refused to play. Another scenario. Someone blames you unfairly. Your ego wants to correct them aggressively, but your values ask, is this the right moment? Is this the right tone? Will this create clarity or more confusion? You respond with measured clarity, not ego-driven fire, and your higher self wins. Choosing your higher self is not easy. It requires discipline, repetition, self-awareness, and practice. It requires you to remember in heated moments that the real goal is not victory. The real goal is self-respect. It means prioritizing long-term strength over short-term emotional gratification. It means refusing to participate in every emotional invitation thrown your way. To train this, practice the journaling exercise. Write this sentence and repeat it daily. I react from my values, not my triggers. This anchors your identity. It rewires your automatic responses. It reminds you that your inner standard matters more than someone else's behavior. Next time someone tries to pull you into anger, defensiveness, or chaos, ask yourself, who do I want to be right now? Not, what do they deserve? Not, how do I prove myself? Not, how do I win? But, what response aligns with my higher standard? When you consistently choose your higher self, an extraordinary thing happens. People stop trying to provoke you because they realize it doesn't work. They stop yelling because yelling at a calm person feels childish. They stop manipulating because manipulation fails on someone who controls their reactions. They stop disrespecting you because your presence demands respect without you saying a word. Your higher self communicates through behavior, not volume. Through composure, not confrontation. Through restraint, not reactivity. You don't show strength. You are strength. And that leads to the real conclusion of this section. Strength is staying calm when chaos makes you angry. You've now walked through 5 powerful Stoic tools that can fundamentally change the way you move through the world. The silent pause showed you how to interrupt the emotional impulse before it takes over. The Internal Gatekeeper reminded you that no one enters your mind without your permission. Controlling the narrative taught you that interpretation is optional. You choose the meaning. The Power of Indifference helped you reclaim your emotional energy by refusing to invest in things that don't matter. And choosing your higher self anchored you in a deeper truth. Strength is choosing your values over your triggers. These aren't just techniques. They form a complete system for mastering your reactions, protecting your peace, and living with the inner stability that Stoicism has taught for centuries. Now comes the real transformation. Practice. In the next 24 hours, apply at least one of these tools, especially the silent pause. Use it in a conversation, a conflict, a tense moment, or even a small annoyance. Watch how the dynamic shifts. Watch how people lose control while you remain centered. Watch how powerful it feels to lead with calm instead of reactivity. Thank you for staying until the end. Your presence here means you're not just consuming content. You're actively building a stronger, steadier version of yourself. Inner peace isn't something life gives you. It's something you choose, protect, and strengthen every day. I'll see you in the next video, where we continue this journey of discipline, clarity, and emotional mastery through the lens of Stoic philosophy. I choose calm, I choose control, I choose myself.